everybody and welcome. I am so glad that you're here. Today is going to be a really awesome video because we're going to be talking about our travel to Puerto Rico with Cordelia. I know that many of you guys have pets and you have shown a lot of interest in our cat Cordelia, and we have had pets, well, at least me, all my life, but I have never traveled with a cat before via plane. So this was the first, and so I have a few pointers and tips and tricks of what to expect, what to do, what you should have. So I made a list of all the things that we bought and that we had for Cordelia, and so you can also, take advantage of that list. It has some affiliate links in the bottom of this video with all the things that we had, so I will get a commission if you actually go through that link, but you don't have to go through the hassle, and it's completely free for you, nothing of extra charge. So I recommend to just use those links so you don't have to do any other search. So if you're gonna be going to travel via plane, we use Southwest, so I'm gonna talk about my experience with Southwest. First thing that you need to do is go check, because they always change the regulations in their website. Go to their website and check them for the pet policy for traveling with a pet in Southwest or whatever airlines you're gonna be using. And he told us that we needed to first do a reservation. So what they mean by reservation is they're gonna give you a phone number, which you need to call a 1-800 number. You call that number and you're gonna be saying that you're gonna be having a pet. They have a policy with Southwest that they only allow 6 pets per cabin. So you want to be in those 6 pets per cabin, because if not, then your pet is gonna be in the carrier in the cargo area. You don't want that for your pet. And so anyways, when we did that, after that, they tell you that when you go into the actual day of your flight, that's when you're actually gonna be buying the ticket of your pet. So we travel with points, and unfortunately you cannot use your points for your pet. You have to then buy the ticket. And the ticket, you have to pay it at the register over there and when you get into the airplane, into the airport. So once we got into the airport, you know that they have this little kiosk that you can do it all yourself. The only thing that you can do in there is gonna be for your luggage, your baggage, but you cannot do the cat or your pet. So you have to go directly to talk to a person to have them check you in. So we did the line, and then in there it's gonna be $95 per flight for the pet. So $95 for Cordelia to travel with us. Each way it will be $95. One of the things that we did is that immediately you know that you're gonna be traveling with a pet, I suggest to have buy the carrier that you're gonna be having. They have regulations in the plane of the size of the carrier, the dimensions that it should be. So go into your website of the airplane that you're gonna be going in and the airline that you're gonna be using, and then check the dimensions of the carrier that you can have for your pet. We got this awesome backpack. I need to show you that. Let me show you that. Cordelia, you're sleeping. You're sleeping, Cordelia. You see, first of all, because Cordelia's sleeping over here, another thing that you can do before I show you that backpack, immediately you know that you're gonna be having then your cat or your pet with you. Make a appointment with your vet, so your vet can see and check it, your cat, your pet, because many places they require to have a certificate, the health certificate that says that you have all the rabies vaccines and all the vaccines that they require, and that the cat or the pet is in good health. So we did that, made an appointment for seeing the vet, and Cordelia got all the checks that she needed, all the vaccines that she needed, and also we got the health certificate just in case, which they didn't ask us any health certificate, but we had it with us also just in case. And we also asked for medication for Cordelia to be more quiet and not to make too much noises or to get anxious or excited or vomiting or anything like that. So we didn't want to have any accidents the first time traveling with a cat. So we did get by the doctor some gabapentin for Cordelia, but again, I'm not sponsoring anything. I'm just telling you what we did. And for me, I think that Cordelia, it did not make her sleepy, because as you can see, she's a really quiet baby girl. Very good. She behaves really good. I think that it only made her less anxious. So instead of whenever she heard something, too much noises, because there's a lot of noises, then she was less prone to be screaming or to meowing, and more like she felt comfortable. So another thing that we did is we also traveled with her favorite blanket, which is this blanket that I have over here. So what we did is this blanket, well, you know, you wash it every now and then, but because it's pets, you usually wash it like once a month instead of washing it like you do with your normal bed sheets every 2 weeks or so. So anyways, I wash this usually once a month. And I did not wash it in the whole month because I wanted Cordelia to have her scent, and I tried my best to also have the blanket with me when I was putting her to sleep, so that I also had my scent. And depending on the feelings that you're having, you liberate different pheromones and different smells. So every time that I'm like lullabying her and making her fall asleep, it's a very like soothing smell that you're gonna be transpiring, and that's gonna be in the blanket. So I made sure to use the blanket as much as possible, me and Justin. So I had our smell, our scent, and it also had her scent of how she felt when she had the blanket. So we traveled with this blanket for Cordelia, and it was super cool because, I mean, it's not gonna happen for everybody, but we had the amazing blessing that when you travel, you're supposed to have the carrier underneath your feet, and I'm gonna show you in the video how we had her. And so, but Cordelia just started meowing a little bit. I immediately took her out and I put her like just like this, how I have her, and I put the blanket on top of her, and she was just like this, a little bit higher in my chest for the next 4 hours traveling from Maryland, USA to Puerto Rico. She was just traveling just like this on my lap and in my chest, covered by the blanket, and nobody made a fuss, nobody did anything. The airline were amazing. Even the pilot at the end said goodbye to Cordelia because she was such a good girl. So, I mean, if you had that blessing, great. But if you do need to take your pet out of the carrier, many people don't like to see animals out of the carrier. So having a blanket and you cover it, they don't even know if it's a pet or it's a baby that you have over there. So that's a tip for you. And of course, it makes them soothe themselves immediately because you have been doing that at home. Another thing that we did is we used the blanket inside the carrier as well because it has the smell, right? So now that she is up, let me show you the carrier. This is Cordelia's carrier, and I love this carrier. We got it on Amazon. I have the link in the description down below, so you guys can also get a carrier like this if you have a little dog or you have a cat that it can actually fit in here. So I love this because, as you can see, you have the front that it is super cute because you can see the whole thing. It's not like many other carriers, they cannot see as much in the front, and in here they can see everything. So I love that. And she can come out if she wants to. And then you have also the top that it also has for you to open or close it, which I actually, the day that we travel, we had this closed, and then I would open this a little bit so I could play with Cordelia. I also love that it has a little string over here that you can then attach this to her collar, and that way she would not go running. Because if you have, you know, for example, for whatever reason, the cat or dog finds a way to open the zipper, which I have seen videos like that, it's crazy, and then they go out, you don't want to have the unfortunate event that you lose your pet in the airplane, in the airport. So having this attached to your dog or cat is really good. Also in here, let me get all the stuff I have inside. In here, I love that it has this mat, which is really easy to clean, and it's reversible, so you can actually use it either way. You can have it in the bamboo area, which is easy to clean, or a little bit soft padded cotton area on the other side. And then in the inside is also water proof, so you can actually clean that if she has a spill or anything, which is really cool. Also, the best thing ever, because I was looking for something that had wheels, and most of the carriers carriers, they have wheels. There's Cordelia. Most of the carriers, they have wheels in the back, but they don't have wheels. Hi, baby. They don't have wheels in the front. So then you have to tilt a little bit, and I didn't want to have to tilt her every time that I'm walking her. So you can have it as a backpack, or you can have it then as a carrier, like a luggage. And I love that. And then you can see that Cordelia can also see in this size. You have a window over here, and you have a window on the other side. So you have a window on both sides. She loves that. She can see everything. I love also that you have a little pockets in the side, and you have pockets in the other side as well. So this is really awesome, because when you're traveling with the cat, I'm going to tell you a few things I travel with that are, you're going to be needing and using. And then this also brings a name tag. So here I put in the phone number and all the stuff, that is important, our names and all that, so that if I lose Cordelia for whatever reason, that this has all the information. Also, it brings already a little platter for football, which is so cool. And so you can put it flat, and then you don't have to worry that it takes too much space. And I also put a link for 2 footballs, really cheap, that it's also on Amazon, so you can have extra. Hi, baby. You can have extra as well. So in here, what I do is, if I want to have it then for just the luggage, so I will just put it in here inside, so the string is not touching the floor. And I will do the same with the other side. And then, hi, baby girl. And I will put this up, and that way I would wheel it. And what I was mentioning is that in this one you have 4 wheels. You have 4 wheels over here. So every time I'm wheeling it, it just goes everywhere, and it does the 360 everywhere, every cool. It's not just one direction, so it's really easy to actually use it at the airport. And here, as you can see, it also has to cover her, so if you want to give her more privacy, for her to not get distracted, you can cover the top. But Cordelia, we love to see her, so we usually keep it open. So this is really cool. And of course, they're not paying me to do any of this. It's just that I search, and Justin as well, but we searched for such a long time for a carrier, days and days and days, to look for a carrier that we really were gonna like, and that it was gonna be practical, it's gonna be useful. Because we have a backpack, or let me show you the one that I have here. First time we got Cordelia, we got a carrier immediately to go pick her up when we adopted her. And this is cool, we like it, it's really pretty, but it's not practical for traveling, especially 4 hours and going to get then the luggage and going to get then the, getting to the car rental, all that kind of stuff. This is, gonna be heavy for you. And also there's the cat strollers, which I do like them, but they're very bulky, very big, and also it's not as practical as something like this. When I saw this, I was like, yes, this is exactly what I had in mind. So we went for this. And then, as you can see, we also got a few extra stuff that I'm going to tell you that you should also have in mind. After the carrier, the thing that I would suggest is, when you purchase the carrier as soon as possible, because you want your pet to get acquainted with the carrier. So what we did is, immediately we then purchased it, then we put it in the living room. And so Cordelia, she owns the house. I mean, this is a room that we're recording that is Cordelia's room, because it's where she has her toilet. But I mean, she goes anywhere in the house, and she sleeps in our bedroom. So she goes anywhere. This is her house. But what we did is, we put it in an area that we are the most, which is in the living room. And so every time that she would go into the living room, she would see the carrier, and she would go into the carrier. And that way, the day of traveling, it was not gonna be as much as of a shock to see then that carrier and to force her into getting in. She would just, immediately go into it. We also started walking with her. So we did a few walks around the neighborhood with Cordelia in her backpack, both ways, as a backpack and also as a carrier, strolling her, with the stroller, with the wheels. so that she could, get acquainted with the feeling of that there's gonna be that noise and there's gonna be bumps and all that kind of stuff, because we knew it's gonna be a long flight. So we wanted her to get acquainted as much as possible. Also, because she was gonna be in a car ride, we have, since she's little, putting her in, getting her in the car and driving around the neighborhood, going then to hiking, going to different places with Cordelia in the car, and that had helped us tremendously, that she doesn't associate the car with just going to the bed and something wrong, something bad's gonna be happening. Of course, at the beginning, it's gonna be difficult for the cat to get being in a car ride, because it's a lot of noises, a lot of movement. But of course, little by little, they would develop that resistance and develop that, oh, okay, we're just gonna go see some birds, we're just gonna be happy having something fun. So make something fun, a treat at the end of the day, so that they can associate the car ride with something that's gonna be good. Another thing is gonna be your leash and the vest. So we have in here this that we have been using. It's from Rabbit Go. I really like them. Again, I was looking for such a long time for a vest with a leash that was really good, secure, that it was not gonna be falling out. And so, because we have been training Cordelia to do walks around the neighborhood and for walking her outside in the garden, we immediately that we adopted her, we got her this. And we also have a little metal thing over here. I'm covering so you don't see the private info, but in here it has it's attached to the vest. So if we also lose Cordelia will have something that it has her name, our information, phone numbers, address, so that they can also give it to us. But of course, Cordelia also, so this is another tip, have your pet with a microchip. So Cordelia already has that, and so in case that she ever gets lost, then they can scan her and they can also find us. But this is so good. It's a must have if you're traveling, because if you need to take her outside for whatever reason, then it has the leash and you can hold her, right? And also, this is what it's gonna be attaching to. Hi Cordelia, let me see this. It's what's gonna be attaching to this part over here. So you would attach that to this over here, and that way your cat or your pet will not jump out of it. So this is attached over there. Okay, so we got those two things. Another thing that we got her was a calming color. I'm gonna put in here the pictures. I don't have it with me right now, but we got a calming color that it has this special pheromones, like the pheromones that the mother liberates for making her feel calm and soothing. So we got one of those, and supposedly they last like 30 days. So we started using her, because if it is a cat or a pet that it's like really bratty, then I suggest, of course, use it as soon as possible. But because Cordelia is really calm, we have been training her a lot for multiple tricks and things of do and not do. So I think that she's really good. Hi, baby. So I didn't want to put her into having a calming color if she doesn't need it. So, hi, are you playing? Are you playing? So we only gave her the calming color, I think like 3 to 4 days before, just to see how she was. Because if she was gonna be too drowsy or calm, I was not gonna leave that. But it just made her, just herself. So I think it's just gonna be helping your cat if your cat is like get really stressful. But I think it helped her once we actually got into Puerto Rico, because we were in a new home, my mom's house, and she behaved so well. It was also another extra cat over there, Brandon, our nephew, and she's the first time that she's actually seen another cat in the same house. So I think that she behaved really good. So anyways, another thing that we took were some toys, just in case. So Cordelia likes stuff like this. You like it? Yeah, she does. And so we got one of these to travel with us, and it's really good because, hey, let me see. Let me show them what you have. Because it's really small, right? And you can actually open it big. But it's really thin, and it's easy to put it right next to the backpack. So this is a good toy to have for your cat to be entertained while you're doing your flight, right? Or when you're waiting and all that kind of stuff. So that's that. We also got her some baby wipes, and I put it in the description down below, some flushable wipes that you can also get. And so this is just in case that you have an accident, or we always, not always, but we love to, every now and then, at least once a day, to wipe Cordelia, or every 2 days, wipe Cordelia, because they stink from the cat litter and all that kind of stuff. So we wipe her paws and stuff like that, or she ate, or she vomited. You never know if you have an accident. We did not have an accident, but it's good to have baby wipes just in case. Another thing that I would say, and I'm gonna put in here in the description, also a link for that. This thing, Cordelia loves it. Let me see if I can show you. So this is called the Creamy Puree Temptations. It's just food, right? But, yeah. Okay, I'll give you a little bit. I'll give you a little bit. So this thing is really good because when you're traveling and you don't have okay, it's not there. Look, I'm gonna give you just a little bit. Right there. There you go. So you don't have the luxury of opening the can of food, or you cannot find the dry food or anything like that. So this is so tiny. It's like a straw, really. And okay, just a little bit more. And so it's really good for your pet to have some food, some treat, because they're behaving so well and they're going through so much stress. So it's really good to have something like that. I'll put Cordelia. Cordelia, I'll give you some over here. Here you go. Okay? Toma. Enjoy. There you go. There you go. Another thing that we got for Cordelia was oh my God, the litter bag. So this is really cool because you can collapse it, as you can see, and put it super tiny, right? And that way you can put it in your luggage, and then wherever you go into the location, you open it up and you can then use it. And this, it comes with a zipper. So if you put, which is what we did, we put inside the litter bag, we put litter in there, and we were traveling with some litter inside this, and it also comes already with a scooper, and you put the scooper in here in the side. And it's really good because I put this in my carrier. In the Southwest, you're allowed to have a carrier bag and also a personal item. So this counted as a personal item, and so I had it as a backpack most of the time. And then I had my luggage, which is a small size luggage to have in the plane. And inside that luggage, and I had this travel litter bag, which is really awesome. And I put it in the link in the description below, that you can also search it and use it. Now what I did is I put some of it in there, and Cordelia actually used this once we got to Puerto Rico and we were in the car. She really needed to use it. We tried to use it once in the plane and she didn't have to go. She looked like she wanted to go, but I think it was too much crowd and noise. And there's also a little pet area to relieve themselves. We went there, she didn't do anything. So, but then in the car she did use it, and so we didn't have any opportunity, if we were to actually wait for a litter bag, to go all the way to Puerto Rico, because we had like another 2 hours in the car. So this saved the day. And when we got to Puerto Rico in our house, into my mom's house, this is what she used the whole time. Just put extra litter and we're good to go. And what we did, and what I recommend, is that you get it as soon as possible, because you want your cat and your pet to get acquainted with it. So we got this at the same time that we got this, so she had at least a few weeks using this all the time, and it had her scent and all that stuff, so that you can use it. This is also waterproof, so once you use it, you finish using it, you can then wash it and you're good to go. You have a cat and you're traveling also from a cold environment, so a jacket is really must have. If you can, the day of traveling, be there, plan it ahead of time and be there 2.5 hours before. That's what we did coming back from Puerto Rico to the States, and I felt way better because I didn't have to be rushing with Cordelia or nothing like that. So just be relaxed and then just go way ahead of time the day you're gonna be traveling. Well, status update, we are on our way to Puerto Rico, and this is Cordelia's first trip, and she's doing okay. She cried a little bit on her ride because it was her first time on the highway, and when she saw all those trucks and all that stuff, she was like, what is this happening? But now she is okay. We're waiting to park the car and get the ticket so we can leave it here, and then we're gonna be heading to the airport in the shuttle. So we're waiting for Papi. Papi's doing that now, but Cordelia is about to take a nap, and she's doing very good. Very good. She's doing so good. Keep you posted. Bye. Once you get into the plane, into the airport, you're not allowed, after you pass security, not to have then liquids. But because I didn't want to have Cordelia completely dehydrated, once you get out of the checkpoint and you're now inside of the gate area, then you should be able then to buy a bottle of water, or if not, ask in the plane to give you a little bottle of water, and that way you have a bottle of water for your cat or your pet. You're not supposed to take your pet outside of the carrier at no point. And also, you cannot have your pet crying or barking or meowing too much, because people can complain and then they will not allow you to travel with your pet in the plane. So that's why it's important to train your cat or your pet to be in the carrier, to be around people, all that kind of stuff. If you can do that before time, even better. Cordelia behaved really good. She only meowed a few times, and a trick is to show her cat TV. So what I mean by that, you go on YouTube and you write in the word cat TV in the search engine, and it will give you lots of cat videos that are gonna be just squirrels or rats or lots of birds in nature, and she loves that. So I would put them on my phone with the cat TV playing, and Cordelia would just look at the screen and try to tap the birds, and that kept her entertained a lot. Also, you can just, because you have multiple windows, you can just try to play and pet her over there, and that helps her also to soothe her down, calm her down. If there's another pet, like we had when we got into our gate, there was another dog, and it was a barking dog, and I was not gonna be engaging, so I just blocked Cordelia's view so she wouldn't see any other dog, even though that she was hearing it, and that also calmed her down, and she was not meowing. She only meowed a few times, and immediately that she did that, I either would touch her when I opened this a little bit, or I would then show her the cat TV, and that calmed her down. But as I said, we had the benefit of having Cordelia, that we took her out, put it in our chest once we were inside the plane. Because once you are inside the plane and you're supposed to have your cat in between your legs, scooting underneath the chair in front of you. So you have to put the cat, and I suggest to have either the middle seat or the seat by the window, because your cat or your pet is not going to be seeing traffic. So if you are in the hallway chair, then your cat or your pet is going to be seeing traffic all the time, and that can distract them and get them to be barking or meowing. So it's better to just have the middle seat, or if you can take then the window seat, even better, and that way you don't have to worry about anything. But of course, you're in the middle seat, then you need to go to the bathroom, then it's better, it's easier for you to do that. But anyways, you have to have your pet in your carrier secure all the way to the front of the seat in front of you, and then you can scoot it a little bit so you can see her after the plane has taken off. But of course, I had the benefit that once Cordelia meowed a little bit, I took her out for a minute, and that minute became 4 hours, and everybody was super happy with Cordelia over there. She was just became like a baby, because nobody even knew that it was a cat. But of course, not everybody has that benefit, so if you don't, then just try to touch the pet a little bit through the window that you have over here. So what I did is, once I was in the plane, I would put her in this position, And when you put it in this position, then this is the window that I'm seeing Cordelia. And so I would just open this a little bit, and I would then try to pet her through that. When you are going, after you do the checkup, so let me back it up a little bit. When you do the checkup and you're paying the $95, you're paying for your cat, they give you the ticket. They're gonna give you something like this, and in the back it has then the hour, the day, the cat, your name, and that you're traveling with such and such animal. You need to make sure that that is gonna be at all time on your pet carrier. So if anything happens, then you know that you already paid your ticket, plus you also have a receipt that you pay your ticket, so keep that with you all the time. Once you then pay your ticket, then you're walking out towards your gate. You need to pass through security. When you pass through security, then you need to, at that point, that's the most important time of everything, because you need to keep an eye on everything that you have and make a mental check note of everything that you have. If you can take a picture of all the things you're going to be carrying with or traveling with before you even leave the house, even better, which I did, praise be to God, because I did left something in the checkpoint. So at this point, you're gonna go ahead and you're traveling. I was traveling with my carrier bag, like a little luggage, my Cordelia as a backpack in my bag, and Cordelia inside of it. And so once you get there, you're supposed to give her your license, and then some check also then your passport, and also if you're traveling with a cat, then you need to also show them the ticket of your pet. Once you get into the checkpoint, you have your carrier and you have your cat and all that kind of stuff. You need to then when you're supposed to be putting the stuff in the belt for going to the security, you have to put then your luggage, if you have the luggage, the little luggage. And in my case, because I also had the litter bag inside the little carrier, they told me that I needed to take it out of there as well, because it's gonna be beeping or whatever, so it needs to go in another tray. So I put then the litter bag in a tray, and then I had also the carrier luggage thing that I had, and in there I had my laptop and this is where the plot twists, so it thickens. So I had my laptop in there, and they also told me that I need to take it out and need to go into a separate tray. So then I'll have two trays. I have then the tray for the laptop, the tray for the cat litter bag. I also have then to keep an eye on the luggage, and I also have this that's gonna go also through security. And at that point, you have to take your cat out and keep your cat on your chest, tight over there, without no harness, no nothing, because it's gonna be just you without your shoes, because you have to also put your shoes over there, your coat, whatever you have, put it in there. And then it's you and your cat that you're gonna be going through another line, because they don't put you through the same detector, they put it through a separate metal detector that is less harmful for the cat. So you're gonna go through that. And so in my case, there was a long line, and so I had, because that's where also the wheelchair people also go through, so I had to wait there, and I could see my things going way ahead of me, so I lost sight of my items. And so I'm now completely focused at Cordelia. And at this point is where everybody goes when you take her out of the carrier. Oh, look at the cat, it's so cute, and look how cute she's behaving, and all that kind of stuff. And I just needed to shut everything out, because I was just keeping my eyes on Cordelia. So anyways, at that point, make sure that you have a mental note of everything that you have. So when I pass then through the security, they're gonna go ahead and swipe also your hands with something to make sure that you don't have no drugs or nothing. So what they do is, while you're holding your cat and you're passing to a metal detector, they tell you that you're good or not good, or you have to go back again. And then while you're holding them, they tell you one by one your hands. You're gonna show your hands, and they're gonna swipe your hands with something, a little piece of paper, and that's gonna tell them if you're good to go or not. Once they tell you that you're okay, then you're able then to look for your carrier of your pet and then put your pet back again. So then my mindset was the whole time to just look for that carrier and to put Cordelia back again into the her carrier, which I did quickly. And then there was a lot of people really nice helping me out, and they were like, oh, this was yours, and they just told me like, oh, this is your jacket, this is your shoes, and like everybody was there like helping me out, and I completely forgot about my computer, and I didn't see it anywhere there. So I think that the people that works there, they were super awesome, and they noticed that the computer was not clean, and so they put her behind their desk or whatever, and that's why I didn't see it. I just completely blanked out, and I just looked again, and I said, okay, I got everything, all my trays are empty, I'm good to go. And when I was in the plane, like 2 hours in the plane already, you know, way past Maryland, I had this moment of like the mom of Home Alone, and I'm like, my computer. But there was nothing I could do. So anyways, I did get my computer back. I called the TSA, and they were super nice. They don't answer, unfortunately, here in the BWI airport, but they have a email line, and I just emailed back and forth, and I had a picture of my computer and a picture of everything that I had, and a picture of everything that I was traveling with, and I sent them that picture, and that helped a lot for them to identify the computer. And then, you know, they emailed me back, and then they also called me to verify then that it was me. And then when I came back to BWI airport, coming back, I came to the area for lost and found, and I got my computer. So yay, praise be to God. So make sure to take a picture of all the items that you're traveling with, because that saved the day for me, and it helped me a lot. And also keep your eyes on all the items that you have. But if you can travel with less, or somebody else can travel with you and have them those personal items like your computer and stuff like that, then even better, because if not, it's gonna be a lot to keep your eyes on, you know, to like keep a mental note of everything while you're also focusing on your cat. And that should be then your number one priority, because you don't want your cat to be going everywhere, and it's a lot of noise while you're traveling with your cat. And we just got to Puerto Rico. We arrived. Woo! Praise be to God. And you can see Cordelia over there in the back, already very excited. We have tried many times for her to use the litter box. She's not using it. She did have a little bit of snack and a little bit of water, and that's it. And she has been a trooper. She has been amazing. Everybody has been so good also with Cordelia. So I only had a little problem. I left my laptop. Cordelia just wanted some privacy. Let's see. She's doing it. There we go. Happy, happy, happy. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good job, Cordelia. Good job. Oh, and one thing that is really important, cut the nails of your cat. Cut the nails of your cat before traveling. We do cut the nails of Cordelia every week, and Cordelia doesn't have really long nails, but because Cordelia, once I got to Puerto Rico, I was like really, you know, like not with long stuff like this, and she would jump on me. She's accustomed to being on top of me. She did scratch me a lot, so we are not responsible for any scratch that might happen while performing this video. But anyways, if you're traveling with your cat, make sure that they have their nails cut, and also make sure that while you're traveling to wear a long sleeve shirt, so that when you're holding them and they're trying to go away, you need to hold on to that so that they're not gonna scratch your bare skin, only, you know, get attached to the shirt itself. Well, everybody, I hope that you enjoyed the video. I know that I did. I love you guys so much. You guys are all amazing. May you have an amazing day. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the miracles. I know that I did enjoy this video. Did you enjoy the video, Cordelia? Did you enjoy the video? Did you enjoy the video, baby girl? Yes, you did, baby girl. Yes, you did, baby. Okay, anyways, I love you guys. You guys are all amazing. I hope that you enjoyed this video. This video was all about how to travel with a cat, a pet, and I hope that you really enjoyed these tips. These tips have helped me a lot, and I know that I'm going to be watching this video the next time I'm traveling with Cordelia to make sure that I have everything that I need. Love you guys so much. May you enjoy the day, enjoy the miracles, and next time I will see you next year because it's going to be then in 2022. Yay!